It's been like a week since we installed the last cage. Everything is completely secure, and I put the feet everywhere and also the spacers. I have been also working on reinforcing the form on the outside. I still need to add more reinforcements, but I will do that in the next days. When you pour the concrete, it weighs a lot. It might open the form and, you know, create a mess. I'm a little bit concerned about this. I put a bunch of reinforcements. It's kind of scary to see all this volume of concrete held just by this piece of wood. Imagine that we're pouring concrete there, it breaks and all the concrete falls in the hole. So I'm sure it will be a viral video. I left these rebars here waiting for a wall. It will connect these two grate beams. I'm going to go ahead and install the drain for the sink in the kitchen. Right here that I made is 2% slope, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more. After all this time, you guys already know how much I like to know and study things to the very last detail. That's why I didn't even think twice when MyHeritage offered me a DNA test and to sponsor this video. They are the leading global family history and DNA service and cover more regions than any other test. I received the package with the test. It was a simple cheek swab that only took 2 minutes. I have been always wondering where I'm actually from. I'm very different than the rest of my family, and for some weird reason that I cannot explain, I have always felt connected to Italy. This was the perfect opportunity to discover if I was right or not. This morning I received an email with the results, and I set the camera on a tripod and... Alright, let's see! Pepe, ready to explore your ethnicity? Let's go! 85.5 Iberian. That will be Portuguese or Spanish, no?
Iberian?
Iberian.
Like the Spanish part?
And 10% Italian, I told you! Italian! 10% is a big percentage. I have been joking with Eugenia that my left arm is fully Italian now. I have another percentages which are a little bit lower. I am 3.4% Balkan, which came as a surprise, and 1.1% Scottish, Welsh and Irish. 1.1 Irish.
I thought you were going to have more Irish percentage because of your family.
Which makes a lot of sense, knowing that both my siblings are ginger. They have also found hundreds of family DNA matches with newfound relatives. This experience has been extremely fun, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to have this much fun. Being able to see all this exact data in front of you of your ethnic background is a great feeling, and I really enjoy it. Now, after seeing me, Eugenia wants to do her own. We always joke that she has some Asian background, so it's gonna be very interesting to see. If you are also curious about your ethnic background, MyHeritage has a promotion right now. Click in the link in the description box and use the code MHC for free shipping. Alright, I think I'm gonna install all the pipes for this bathroom today, and I'm gonna film it so I can show the work of a full bathroom, and then I will do the other one probably without the camera. And by the way, our tent broke. I think yesterday was too windy for it. We already ordered a replacement of just the fabric. It's a bit too wild out here. This is the bathroom that we're gonna be working on. It's a bathroom that is open to the corridors for everybody that uses the house. It won't be private to us. Our private bathroom will be over there. We already have one pipe for the toilet. It's 110 millimeters diameter, and I didn't like the idea of crossing a structural member with that diameter, like going through the grate beams. It goes down and out of the form, underneath it, and then out up to this hole. That collector is gonna catch. Actually, it's gonna be here because it's gonna be underneath this cabinet. I don't like to see the collector box inside the bathroom because they have like this sort of metal plates covering it, and I really dislike it. So we're gonna be hiding it underneath this cabinet that we're gonna have here. All the pipes are gonna connect to that collector. We have one sink over here that is gonna go down to the collector. One shower is gonna connect also to that collector. In case that we need to install an AC unit, we're gonna try not to, because we're gonna cool the house through the slab, because the slab is gonna be heated and cooled. But just in case, I am gonna be putting a pipe here that is gonna also connect, and then from that collector we will be going out to the same box. See, also a lot of progress yesterday by Eugenia. She filled the whole thing. Before, this was full of trenches and different height. Once we pour the concrete and remove the forms, we will go in with the compactor and compact all this gravel. But for now it's perfect because, you know, we can walk around it and don't have all the trenches. This is the collector, and probably not the right word. Line marks the horizontal where this collector is gonna go. You know, it can be here or it can be here. And now I just need to see what the distance is from the side of the form. Alright, so this first collector is already in place with a nice slope going out. First thing that I'm gonna do is connect the farther one, which is the shower. Eugenia is here. She's been, I don't know if you saw her in the background while I was working, but she was compacting and extending all this area. We used to have mountains of dirt still since the excavation over there, and now they're gone. Pretty good job, Eugenia.
Thank you.
Yeah, everything looks horizontal and flat. And by the way, we received a comment the other day saying that Eugenia was faking that she was using the excavator because she was using that bucket and she was not excavating. And just for you to know, you don't excavate with that bucket, you clean up with that bucket. It's called the cleaning bucket.
It was an expert who told that, right?
Yeah, I was an expert. 18 years of experience in the keyboard.
A keyboard expert.
Alright, I need to come now from the shower, which is over there. It's recommended to only use 45 degrees instead of 90s. You don't make 90 degrees elbows in the system just because they tend to clog up easier than a 45. I draw it in the plan in the computer, and this is the best way, the most efficient way to do it. Like this, it's gonna be inside the wall. The wall is right here, so this pipe is gonna be actually hidden inside the wall. By the way, this pipe needed to be at 11 meters 10 centimeters from that side of the house. As you can see, it's exactly there. It says 12 because I burned 1 foot over, not foot, I burned one meter over there just because it's more accurate. So it should say 1210, and 1210 it is, which makes me very happy. The shower and the AC pipe go in here in this collector, and we have an air trap in there. This water will go down, and it's always gonna be with a water seal in there, so no air will go through this pipe and produce bad odors. I'm sure you all have been in a house or in a place where you can smell it smells like drain pipes, and that's not a good feeling, especially for your own house, and especially if you know it was your fault. So I'm trying to make sure that works, and I'm being careful with it. And it might be interesting to some of you, especially if you are planning to build your own house. These type of things are very important if you want to have a comfortable home, because not also these fumes or vapors or air smells bad, but it's also very bad for pretty much everything, even for metal. It corrodes metal, and all your faucets will corrode eventually. You know, it's just not good to have it. It's been a few days without filming, probably like around 7 days of work. I was able to connect all the pipes and have everything ready in the bathroom that I show you, and also in the next bathroom, which is a little bit bigger. It's been kind of complicated to do it because we had to drill through the forms, and also at some points we had to cut the rebars, but everything came out perfectly. All the slopes are nicely set, just how I wanted it to look. And now we just need to finish installing this L connected like this. The purpose is to actually connect the slab that will go on top of it to the foundation. Another option would have been to raise these cages out 5 centimeters or so, and then the slab on top, because the slab is around 10 centimeters, 10, 12. It was cleaner to do it this way, in my own opinion. So this is a construction detail that we used to do in the States a lot, and we're just gonna follow it. Also left a corrugated pipe in green for the communications cable. We don't plan on having internet here anytime soon, but you know, the government forces you to make this pre-installation. It makes no sense whatsoever because, as I said, internet will not get here, but you know, it is what it is, and it's cheap. It was just a few euros in corrugated pipe and a couple of hours to install it. And also left another electrical pipe, which is red, so communications is green, electrical is red. We left it going towards the sunken living room because we're gonna have a couple of outlets there. Very excited to be able to pour the concrete, and at the same time a little bit scared, to be honest. They haven't replied yet, but I scheduled it for Friday. Let's see what they say. If they say it is possible, then we have 3 more days pretty much to finish the preparation. Just came back from having a snack break. By the way, the tent, it's looking very good, as you can see. And we have already installed, I would say, 1/4 up to here, all this turning around and up to there. And now we need to go all the way back and forth. this section we decided to bend the actual rebar instead of cutting it. That way this whole length is inside the concrete and makes it much more structural.
Alright, we have new tent, as you can see, freshly installed. It's not new, the structure is the same, of course. We just ordered the fabric. So I was able to speak yesterday with the concrete company. They said Friday maybe they could come like at 3 p.m. But it's a big house, and I don't want to do it in the middle of the day at 36 degrees. I don't want to have that done in the evening, just because, I mean, it's just Eugenia and I alone doing this. We need to have some time at least. We don't have the people, at least give us the time, man. We might push it to Monday. He's gonna come today to see the work and see how we can tackle the location of the pump, because you know we're gonna need a pump because it's very far away. The pump probably is gonna sit here at somewhere, and then the trucks will come dump the concrete in the pump, and the pump will pump the concrete to every location of the house. I sent him pictures and a quick video, but he said he wanted to come and see it in person so we can do it properly. He's gonna try to push us to do it on Friday afternoon, and we're gonna stand our ground and say no, we need to have it early in the morning, 8 a.m. So one truck can come at 8 a.m. pour the first truck, and then another truck can come like an hour and a half later or so, like in between 1 hour, hour and a half, and dump the second truck. I think we're gonna just need to check with him though. So yeah, let's get to work because we're almost there.
We just received the final piece of the puzzle in order to be able to finish the concrete foundation. And it's this machine, a concrete vibrator, which we weren't planning to use, to be honest, at the beginning. But since I started doing more research, it is good practice to actually vibrate the concrete for this type of structure, especially for foundation, because not only removes all the air in the concrete, which is bad aesthetically, but it's also bad structurally. Vibrating it means that you put this piece inside of the concrete and then you turn it on, this vibrates, and the whole concrete, the whole liquid vibrates very strongly. That way all the bubbles get out and the concrete spreads evenly in the whole form, inside the form. That way all the steel rebars have proper concrete around it to avoid having gaps of air next to the rebar, which most likely at some point could end up rusting the rebar, and that's a big issue for concrete structures with steel inside. We got this one from Sintermac. As you know, Sintermac is a Spanish brand. They make high-end construction tools for any type of projects. This is the second tool that we have. We have another one there waiting for the slab to be poured, but we need to pour the foundation first. Actually, it's the first time that we're going to use a machine like this. It is the first time that I see a machine like this in person. I don't really know how to use it, to be honest. I was reading the manual and explained everything very well. You need to vibrate a maximum of 50 centimeters height of each layer of concrete. We will need to pour 50 centimeters tops first and then vibrate it and then pour the next layer. To be careful on how much you vibrate, because if you vibrate too much, it is also bad for the concrete, because you will put the gravel and the sand and the cement in different layers, and you don't want that. You want everything mixed. You need to be very careful and go slowly. And that's the idea, that's the goal for us, to not rush it and go and do it very nicely and very thoroughly, and, you know, very relaxed way. Concrete and relaxation is not something that goes hand on hand, to be honest, because it's very scary to go pour concrete, especially a house the size that we're pouring tomorrow. But, you know, if you get nervous, it's even worse. So I guess we're gonna try to do it nicely and slowly, and I'm getting nervous already and I'm not even there yet, so I need to work on my mental strength. I need to visualize me doing it well before we actually do it. I think I'm gonna turn it on. I don't know if you can turn it on here. I want to just see what this does, like crazy movement. I'm curious to see. Are you curious? Should I do it with the camera on?
him, by the way, and they're just delaying everything. And now half of the concrete is drying and we're missing the other half because the truck is stopped somewhere answering questions to the police. So